Hello and welcome. I have this mold that I purchased from Molds and Shapes, and it has some texture type of element inside that is supposed to produce a marble look. And I'm going to use some white cement in the mold just to see what it looks like and if it truly does look like marble with this texture element that's in this mold. And I will be using this vibration plate. So I put the mold on a piece of wood just to stabilize it while it's on this vibration plate. So I'm going to go ahead and mix up my cement and pour that into the mold, and then I'll use my vibration plate to get rid of bubbles and let it cure and demold and see what we have. So I'm going to go ahead and mix up my cement now. And I'm just using a white cement. You can use any type of cement that you want. I actually think this is for stepping stones or something like that. I don't add any additional sand or gravel or stone. This is just the mix straight out of the bag. So I have this silicone bowl that I use, and it's pretty large. I mean, give you an idea from my hand size. And I put about a quarter of it full of the cement. And now I'm just going to add water until it reaches the right consistency. And the right consistency, you don't want it too wet, otherwise it might not cure properly. But you don't want it so thick that you're not going to be able to get into the detail of the mold. So you want it a lot like pancake batter would be the best way I could describe it. So I'm just going to add water and mix my cement until I get that consistency. Okay, I got lucky that I actually put the exact right amount of water in the cement to start. That never happens for me. That was pure random luck. But if you find that it's too wet, just add a little bit more cement. If you find it's too dry, add a little bit of water, and just a small amount at a time. The water reacts quite quickly with the cement, so you don't need as much water as you might think. Okay, so I have this on my vibration plate, and I'm just going to pour directly into the mold, and I'm going to turn my vibration plate on, and I'm going to mute the video because it's quite loud. Okay, and I allowed it to stay on the vibration plate until I no longer was seeing the little dots come up, which means the bubbles, coming to the surface. So now I'm just going to let this sit overnight and let it cure, and once it's ready and it's fully cured, then I'll demold and we'll see whether or not these look like marble. So I will be back. These are now cured and ready to demold, so I will do that. Alright, are we ready? Wow, that does look like marble. Very cool. Alright, let's check out the next one. Very cool. It's just subtle enough to give like that aged look. Very very cool. And it's a little closer so you can possibly see that detail. Even the edging here. And the last one. Wow. I mean, even this whole corner, you see that? It's very cool. Alright, so now that I've tried it with cement, I would be interested to see how it looks with resin. But the cement, I think, was a good idea because it really does give that true characteristic of like an aged stone. Not necessarily 100% when I say marble, but maybe that's because I didn't do multi-tone. I don't know how I would actually do that just on those veins that it's creating naturally. So this is something you could also go back over with some paint and just highlight the veins. That could probably give it a lot more of a marble look. But again, I would be curious to also see what it looks like with resin, so maybe a future video I will do that. I've decided to test out my theory about painting the areas to see if it gives it a more marble look. So I have some of the Lumiere, and this color is pewter. So I'm just going to put some in a little cup, and I'm going to use a small paintbrush just to see if I can bring out that detail. And although this is in this kind of container, it is paint. These are just the sample sizes so that you could get more colors, which I have a bunch of the jars, but I wanted some of the colors that were in the pack and it was less expensive to do it that way. Alright, so I'm going to use my paintbrush. So all I'm doing is taking the paint and I'm brushing it into a section, and then I'm using some isopropyl alcohol on a cotton swab to rub off the excess, because I really just wanted to get into that detail and those grooves. But it's going to take forever. Alright, so that's half of the coaster, just to show you the idea. I actually, when I was painting the whole surface before I wiped it, kind of liked the way that was looking, so I might do one just fully paint it. But I think I like it better plain. And that's the full coaster with the paint. I'm willing to admit when I'm wrong. I don't think doing the paint is the best way. I think it looks much better like this, as opposed to painting out those grooves. I think it could be very nice though in a different color, you know, instead of just white. But I do like it. I think it's very interesting. I don't think that painting it is the way to go. Just to me looks kind of dirty. Maybe I'm wrong, maybe other people like that, but I do like this look. Just find it to be clean, simplistic, and it has character. It's very interesting. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and press the bell to be alerted to future videos.